The paintings are finally finished, but they are still not ready. Hi, I'm Hélène, a French Prague-based artist, and I've just finished this collection of paintings. So let me show you what I do when the paintings are done. It includes photographing, varnishing, framing, and a few other things. First, I will protect all the pastel and chalks I've been using on the surface. And the reason why I'm doing this is because then I will apply a layer of gloss medium, and if it's not fixed properly, it could smear and create some blurry blue in this case, for example, and I don't want this. Here I want it to stay in position when I will apply the gloss medium later. As well as here. Here. And here. I have this note in my phone, which is called Painting Titles, where I keep options of titles for paintings. And some I've already chosen along the way while I was painting, because they felt like the good match. To find titles, I can be inspired by song lyrics. It can be a poster I see on the street with some funny text, dialogue in a movie, or something I hear on the street. And they are very important to me because they give a hint of what the painting is about without totally revealing the whole story. And I love when they are a bit surprising or relating to something completely different than what you can see on the painting. I have a new haircut or give me 5 stars, and it's taking you completely somewhere else than if it was a palm tree name or something related to nature or landscape. I'm photographing them before varnishing to avoid reflections and glare because the surface is still quite matte for now. For the photos, I use both this old model of DSLR and my phone. Oh, the cloud is finishing. Up. And this camera I use for making maybe prints in the future because the quality of the photo is more sharp and the lens on the camera is better quality, so the photos are better if I want to enlarge them and make some prints and products in the future. And the phone I will use for styling and photos which are going to be on my website. I have a RAW mode on my phone, which is excellent quality. So I'm first removing any piece of dust which would be on the surface with a clean white cloth. Usually add 2 spritz of water. I try to spread the fluid medium evenly on the surface to feel the texture before varnishing. And this also seals all the other medium which are on the surface, like soft pastel. And to finish, I brush the fluid medium vertically to have only one direction of brush strokes. For the varnish, I'm a little bit more careful than with the fluid medium when applying it, but I will also start from the center, spreading an even coat on the whole surface, going in all directions. It's easier to spread it because the fluid medium is helping to brush the surface, and I choose to have vertical brush strokes on the final piece because the light will bounce in a better way, but they will not be really visible actually. A frame can completely change the way a painting occupies a space. I'm also a set decorator, so I know this very well, and this is an important step for me, finding the perfect frame for each painting. Enjoying this video? Hit subscribe and stay tuned for more. Yeah, it's fresh. I will start with these 3 today because I received the frames for them, but not yet for the rest of the collection. And they have only 2 layers of gloss medium. They are not yet varnished, but they are sealed, so it's okay, they are protected. And I will at least prepare the frames, and I will definitely attach them together once they will be varnished. The framing part itself includes many steps. I will start with placing the painting in the center of the frame using leftover of matte board. Then I will measure and mark the places where to do the holes at the back of the frame, and I will go through the frame and the edges of the panel in this case to attach them together. I was originally planning to paint these frames, but when I received them, I noticed that the color I chose was very close to the natural color of the wood. So I will just apply 2 layers of matte varnish to preserve it. And then I will attach the hanging system on the back, and I'm using D-rings and a polypropylene rope, thin rope. There are a few different ways to do this, but this is the way I prefer for now, and I think it's a quite reliable way to hang a painting. And then I will add a label. I prepared these for this size of panel. I will add it on the frame in this case. I usually put it on the back of the panel. It would be too small behind the rope, and I have also to sign it. I use soft gel to glue the labels, and I use a silicone wedge to apply it. And then I will choose a color from the painting to sign it on the reverse. I could have signed them before, but as I said earlier, it's just a preparation of the frames. So I am signing them now, and then I will varnish the paintings and put them back in their frames. Once the paintings are varnished and framed and ready to hang, I will do this styled photo using this corner of my studio, which is a clean white wall. And I have different hooks, which I can use depending on the size of the painting. The holes and hooks which are visible, I will delete while editing the photo later on. And I have this shelf under it, which is practical because I can add some props. When the paintings are small enough, I also have a few panels like this, which are painted in one color, and the other side has a different color. So I can choose what matches the painting the best. Now the next step is to update my 2026 inventory. I will add titles, date, name of the collection, sizes of the artworks, and the medium I used for each painting. Then I will rename all the files which are related to each painting so that they include the inventory number. It's a bit fastidious and boring. It will make it much easier later if I need to search for these files. Then I will edit my photos, and the main purpose will be to adjust the size and make sure that the square paintings are square and rectangles are rectangles. So I will adjust the angles. In the end, I get a clean cropped image, which I can use then for prints or for communication. And I will do the same with the styled photos. I will also adjust a bit the exposure and contrast, make sure it's looking as much as possible as the painting itself. Now they're ready to upload to my website and share with the world. For weeks, these paintings have been part of my everyday life. I've looked at them every morning, questioned them, changed them, and now they are ready to leave the studio and hopefully become part of someone else's everyday life. And while this collection gets ready to meet the world, I'm already thinking about the next one.